So Ari, we are in the middle of the conference. A lot of things has done. The 6G flagship program has participated in the organization of the conference together with CA Leti. A lot of work has been done. A lot of work will still be done in the next years. What are our views on the conference at this moment?
Well, when you take a look at the attendees, you can see sheer joy and delight in their faces. People are so grateful that this COVID-19 thing starts to look better now, and we can really come in person to attend. Very nice scientific event, a lot of exhibitions. This has been a very good success, and we hope that as we go forward towards next year's 23 in Gothenburg, 24 in Belgium, that this will be even more and bigger and more versatile conference, and more diverge towards different solutions that we expect to see in the 6G era. So it's been a pleasure to be here, meet colleagues, meet friends. So I really enjoyed this event, and hopefully it will remain the same for the rest of the days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Aarno, congratulations. Excellent panel. Good discussions, really to the point. I think it clarified a lot what still have to be done in terahertz and what not to be done in terahertz as well. What are the main takeaways, the main conclusions from the panel?
I think that we are really seeing that the hardware community understands very well what are the challenges. We have already shared a big vision together, and now it's time to go really to the details, that we can prune out the nice system, see what is really feasible, what is not, and trying to really work together over these two communities, that we get this hardware-aware standardization ongoing, also in the areas where we are exploring new spectrum, new bandwidth, and go for the details that are technologically very challenging.
Still a lot of work to be done ahead of us in the next years.
I guess so, and we need to keep really good focus, that we do the right things, and that we can get systems that are really useful for our society and for the future use of communication.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Aarno. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Matti, so we are in the EuCNC and 6G Summit, which is a joint collaboration with the 6G flagship program from Oulu, Finland. You are the head guy of all these 6G stuff in Finland, let's call it this way. What are the challenges these days for the 6G flagship program?
There are, of course, very interesting times that we are now going through, and actually we started the second phase of the flagship 1 month ago. So we have 4 more years to go with Academy of Finland funding, and then university has promised to support it a couple of more years after that. So we have been busy planning and detailing the plans for this second phase. So we are now focusing on several technology areas, doing a lot of recruiting to make sure that we can deliver the necessary technology component that we think are important in 6G. So the fundamental research areas remain the same as they were in the first phase. So we have wireless connectivity, device and hardware technologies, then AI and machine learning related computing, and then applications and services, including also development of 6G test network, which is a great challenge. And we have started to steer our current 5G test network towards that direction. Of course, other things related to our program, not just the research itself, but a lot of collaborative activities globally. I think these days we probably need more international collaboration than ever before in our field. And we have been busy building also those relationships to both in Asia, Europe, Americas. And things are actually looking quite promising and interesting in that sense as well. So those are probably a couple of the main activities we have. Then also we have recently started to put much more focus on some selected vertical application areas like health, energy, industry, automotive sectors, and are hoping to have a nice project portfolio related to these potential 6G application areas. So lots of things are happening. Next week, ITU will have in Geneva a working group meeting related to 6G technology enablers definition work, and so also ITU processes are taking now big steps forward in starting their work towards 6G. So I think we are going to have great fun the coming years playing with different 6G research topics.
Let's check in the next editions of EuCNC and the 6G Summit.
Thank you, Luis.
Bernard, one more EuCNC and 6G Summit, this time in person, people enjoying themselves by talking in real life, let's put it this way. You had this opportunity to be the moderator of this panel of dialogue with industry leaders, which is something we started this year. I think it went very well, by the way. Congratulations for that.
Thanks.
What are the key messages you think can be taken from this panel?
Okay, thank you very much, Luis. And first of all, I just wanted also to congratulate you for having organized, as chairman of the steering committee, this successful edition of EuCNC, and also, of course, many thanks to the local organizer, CLAT. I think all of you did a fantastic job, and including the sponsors that from the European Commission perspective, we want to thank very much for having made the effort of supporting us. Now, from the perspective of the panel and from the perspective of the messages, what I would take is that there are still a lot of uncertainties in the 6G overall picture. I mean, there are a lot of activities running at this moment in time, a lot of directions, a lot of technologies which are being investigated. A lot of ideas for applications, but no clear ideas whether the business model is going to be there. So for us, it's just, let's say, comfort the idea that we still have to do a lot of research before knowing what 5G is about. And from the panel itself, I got this interesting message that also sustainability is a key issue, which is not something that we got in this panel only, but in other, let's say, places of the conference. And the idea that we have to work now on a sustainability model that covers the full end-to-end chain from the perspective of service and application delivery is something which is taking some traction, which I think we have to explore and investigate a little bit more into, rather than looking at sustainability from a patchy perspective of the components, the base stations, the router, whatever. I think all this has to be integrated in the global perspective, and I think that message came across in this panel. We take it as a very important one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you. See you next year. Thank you.
With pleasure.